Well, it's going to be a weekend of pop culture, and you'll be able to meet some of your favorite artists and actors at Astronomicon in Ann Arbor this weekend. And joining us to let us know what we can expect is Ming Chen from the show Comic Book Man and the I Sell Comics podcast. And he's an actor. He's sort of a Renaissance man here and a Michigan native. Ming, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited to be back in the land of Faygo and Coney dogs, my friend.
Absolutely. You know, you're speaking like a true Michigander, and you are from Michigan. You are a U of M grad, so this is a bit of a homecoming for you.
Yeah, it is. You know, Comic-Cons are everywhere. You know, the big one in San Diego and New York. Now there's one in Ann Arbor. It's pretty mind-blowing.
So tell us a little bit about Astronomicon and what people can expect.
At the heart of it, Astronomicon's a celebration of pop culture, of horror movies, of collecting vintage toys and comics, of wrestling. But really, it's a gathering of friends, of nerds, of just people who appreciate pop culture and the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And it's a place to make new friends. It's a place to see old friends. And it's been going for 4 years now, so they're definitely doing something right.
And it is growing and growing. And fans, one of the great things about all of the Comic-Cons is actually being able to meet some of the people you either read about or see on screen. Who are some of the guests that fans will actually be able to meet?
You'll be see Corey Taylor from the band Slipknot, Shannon Elizabeth from the American Pie movies. Someone near and dear to my heart, Jason Mewes, who you may know as Jay from the Jay and Silent Bob duo from the Kevin Smith universe. Clerics Marath, Chasing Amy. Kane Hodder, who plays Jason, will be there, and Bill Moseley. A lot of icons out there. A lot of legends from either your youth or maybe you're a horror fan, a movie fan, AEW wrestling, and I guess I'll be there too. So.
Oh yeah, and you are, I said a Renaissance man because you have a podcast, a TV show, but you also act. Tell us a little bit about what you do and how you got your start. Because I think you mentioned geeks and nerds, this is a great way to have time, but you actually have had a blossoming career.
I just started out I went to U of M. I was a Wolverine, grew up reading comics. I was a frequent fan of the comic book shop Volta Midnight in Detroit and Ann Arbor. And through that, through a weird series of events, I ended up meeting Kevin Smith. He welcomed me into his universe, and I just became, I podcasted with him. He got me onto a TV show about comic books and fandom, and now here I am traveling the country going to Comic-Cons. But, the fact that there's one in my hometown, just makes me really happy.
That's right, and it is certainly a special bond that people always have with their hometowns, but there's also a special bond that people have with the authors and creators of some of their favorite works. Tell us a little bit about what that bond means when people have a chance to actually meet the artists, actors, entertainers, and writers that create the stories that they love.
Yeah, I think for years, whether you read a comic book or you saw a movie, there was kind of this barrier. It was very hard to meet the creators or the actors, but now with these conventions, they you don't have to go to them; they come to you. So and not only just one of them, you get a whole 10 or 20 people from either your youth, your childhood, your heroes that you can actually go meet, get an autograph, get a selfie for social media, and make a whole day of it, and shop for maybe that toy that your mom threw out 20 years ago that you want back. Everybody has that story, and it's just a great way to spend a weekend.
Yeah, and it is. Coming up this weekend, Astronomicon in Ann Arbor at the Sheridan Ann Arbor on Boardwalk Drive, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You can find more information at astronomicon.com. Ming Chen from the Comic Book Man, there you go, and the I Sell Comics podcast. Thank you so much for joining us today, and look forward to welcoming you back into town.
Thank you, guys. I'll see you all there this weekend.
We'll be there. Thank you, Ming. Let's get a check of the forecast now with Kevin.
All right, well, this morning, some fog, and the humidity's going up just a little bit, but it's comfortable for now. We've had some areas of fog. The fog has been lifting, though, over the last half hour. And so throughout the rest of this morning, as the fog lifts, we'll get brighter skies. Temperatures rising quickly. It's going to be warmer by 11 o'clock this morning than it was all day yesterday because we have brighter skies today. So slightly more humid, a high of 83. Just a low chance of a stray shower or storm after 2 p.m. through sunset. Tropics getting pretty active once again after we had that 5-week spell where we didn't have anything develop, and all of a sudden We're talking about Henri, which is a tropical storm near Bermuda, Tropical Storm Grace just moving away from Haiti, and then Tropical Depression Fred, which continues to weaken. But Grace right now is continuing to move west. It's going to stay west. The track of Henri is going to move west and then take a turn to the north, staying offshore of the East Coast. And then the remnants of Fred, here it will be, the futurecast over the next couple of days. It's going to move to the north over West Virginia and then take a turn to the northeast over Pennsylvania. So the wind won't be quite as strong, tropical force, but still some heavy rain, even a risk of tornadoes as that heads to the north. But that all stays southeast of us. But the point being that more moisture is moving closer to Michigan. We're going to have higher humidity the next few days. 84 tomorrow, 85 Friday. I'm sorry, 84 Thursday, 85 Friday. Higher humidity the rest of the week as well, and the humidity will start to drop Sunday. It'll drop even more Monday. So an early look at the Dream Cruise. Hot and humid, heat index in the low 90s. Slight chance of showers and storms after 5 p.m. There's a better chance of rain Saturday night. So hopefully it holds off till Saturday night, but plan for it to be hot and humid, and it could feel like the low 90s for the Dream Cruise Saturday.
We got a little bit of work happening near the downtown Detroit area, Detroit's east side. We are talking from Beaubien to Lakewood, East Jefferson. We're going to have one lane closed, kind of rotating here between the westbound and eastbound lanes. It's about 6 miles of resurfacing work that's happening, kicking off today and lasting till September 3rd. A live look now at your roads from one of our MDOT cameras. We do have some slowdown. I-75 and 12 Mile. We're down to only 2 lanes open from 13 Mile to 7 Mile. An end to fur sales.
The local city outlawing the sale of new fur products and when the ban goes into effect.
Next, cracking down on crime across the state. Governor Whitmer's plans to use pandemic relief money to fight violent crime in communities across the state. You're watching 7 Action News this morning on TV 20 Detroit. Governor Gretchen Whitmer has a plan she hopes can reduce violent crime.
Now, with community leaders by her side, including Mayor Mike Duggan, Interim Detroit Police Chief James White, and Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy, the governor announced her $75 million plan. The money would come from the Federal American Rescue Plan and would be used to invest in social services for the mentally ill, crime victims, and schools, all in an effort to prevent crime.
The funding would boost economic programs and help prosecutors and police. The governor also wants incentives in place to encourage people to become police officers in the communities where they live and call home. Right now, animal rights activists are celebrating in Ann Arbor this morning.
Now, the city is the first in the Midwest to ban the sale of new fur products. Last night, all 10 council members voted in favor of the new ordinance.
The ban takes effect in 1 year, giving some stores some time to adjust to the new rule. It also makes an exception for used fur or fur traditionally used by tribal communities. If a business breaks the ban, they face a $500 fine for each violation.
Our time now is 8:24. A breathtaking moment caught on camera. The Washington Monument hit by lightning.
Taking action for you. This is a local news update from 7 Action News.
Good morning, it's 8:27. I'm Keenan Smith. Starting today, TCF Center will reopen its drive-thru to administer COVID booster shots to immunocompromised Detroiters. It's another part of the effort to get more Detroit residents vaccinated. At last check, only 41% of eligible Detroiters have received at least one dose of a COVID vaccine. With a large population of more than 555,000 people, the concern there is that not enough Detroiters are vaccinated. Among the 34% who are fully vaccinated in Detroit, many lived with compromised immune systems or other health issues, and that makes them more likely to suffer severe illness from COVID-19. Now, you're eligible for a booster if you've been fully vaccinated for at least 6 months and are immunocompromised. You can schedule an appointment for either a Pfizer or a Moderna booster shot today. That third dose will make sure you have longer and more long-lasting protection from the virus, as concerns over the Delta variant continue to grow. Some experts say the Delta variant could lead to a fourth wave of the potentially deadly virus. Eligible Detroiters can call 313-230-0505 to make an appointment for a booster shot. First and second doses are still being distributed without an appointment at any of the city's walk-in sites. Kevin?
Well, the temperatures are going to be rising a little more today. We'll have brighter skies today after the morning fog lifts. It'll be partly cloudy. Highs around 83 this afternoon, and it's going to be a little bit warmer the next several nights as the humidity goes up. the temperatures don't drop as much during over the overnight hours. So 83 is the high tomorrow again. Chance of afternoon thunderstorms will be scattered tomorrow and Thursday. While no severe weather is expected, there may be some slow-moving downpours. Hot and humid Saturday for the Dream Cruise. Slight chance of rain after 5 p.m., but it could feel like the low 90s Saturday.
All right, thank you so much, Kevin. Remember, you can watch 7 Action News live on your favorite streaming device. Just search WX.
Taking action for you. You're watching 7 Action News this morning.
Now at 8:30, revving up across Metro Detroit as we get ready for the Woodward Dream Cruise. What organizers are saying to keep everyone safe as they get ready to hit the gas.
And a special thank you to 2 local kids, the challenge they completed to help dozens in their own community. Well, welcome back. It is 8:30 on this Tuesday, August 17th. I love stories like the one we're going to show you in just a bit with those two kids.
I know, it's awesome, isn't it? When kids are helping out.
They're helping out, they get something in return, everybody wins.
Yeah, exactly. Now, what's topping this morning's buzz? We are already getting ready to rev up for the weekend. The legendary Woodward Dream Cruise is returning after being canceled last year because of the pandemic. Woodward Avenue will be jam-packed throughout Metro Detroit with hundreds of classic cars. Organizers with the event are excited to get things underway, but are also cautioning people to bring along a mask for more populated areas around Woodward.
Even though this is 100% an outside event, you should always be cautious about what your responsibility is as a citizen.
Channel 7 is your official station for all the fun this weekend. Be sure you tune in to the 2-hour Dream Cruise special coming Saturday. We'll be out live along Woodward all day long, giving you the front row seat. That starts at 7 p.m. over on 7.
It is a fantastic time to be out there. And if you love cars, great. You know, my wife is not a big car person, but she just likes good design. She likes to see pretty things. And some of these cars are just absolutely breathtaking.
And if you've never been before and maybe you're worried about going, there are pockets and areas where you can be wide open, where there's the cars that are out in kind of the parks, where you can walk around, get plenty of space. There are other areas on the sidewalk, you know, that tend to be packed in, but we'll see how it goes this year. But you know, if you don't want to be too close to people, there are those areas where you can walk around too, where you're distanced from everybody if you wanted to.
Yeah, especially in between the towns. Like once you get north of Birmingham, you start to find a little more space, like in Bloomfield Hills, where you might be able to find a spot to sit down on the side of the road, watch the cars, and have some space around you.
Yeah.
All right, well, here's that story I was just telling you about. A brother and sister in Warren are giving back to their community, and they're doing it in a big way. Now, some kids view cutting the lawn as a chore. Some adults, too. I'm raising my hand. But Justin and Olivia say it's actually fun. And the pair just completed a challenge by a nonprofit group called Raising Men Lawn Care Service. And the challenge is to cut 50 lawns for free for the elderly, veterans, and single parents, and anyone else who might be in need. And anyone who reaches that 50-yard goal will receive a new mower, a weed whacker, and a blower. More than 2,400 kids have participated in this challenge in 8 countries. And over the weekend, the founder of the group personally dropped off new lawn equipment to Olivia and Justin.
I absolutely love the fact that they are willing to go and cut people's lawns and not ask for money in return.
Now, if you'd like your child to get involved in this program, we have a link for you at WXYZ.com. And, you know, they're probably starting to learn, you know, maybe some business sense there, too.
Yeah, that's a good point, too. I was thinking some of the new mowers, you know, it looked like there was like the push ones, and then the newer ones might have the
self-propelled.
The self-propelling.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, now wait, you've had this the whole time? Lawnmowers can do this?
I know.
But yeah, it's a great lesson for them, and they're doing great stuff out there. Mm-hmm. Well, the Washington Monument is going to remain closed today following a weekend lightning strike. And the moment lightning hit the monument, of course, was caught on camera. We wouldn't tell you the story without the video, right? The lightning damaged the monument's electronic access system, which was recently upgraded. The system allows employees to use key cards to enter the building and to access the elevator. Now, the National Park Service says the monument gets hit by lightning a couple of times a year, but it doesn't usually cause damage. So something with the electrical system, maybe they just upgraded there. But I was looking back and trying to find the earliest lightning strike. I saw a picture from 1937. I don't know how they would capture a lightning strike in the monument, but when you think about it, there aren't a lot of tall objects around D.C.
No, they're not.
You have the monument there, lightning rods at the top, and I would think it gets struck by lightning more than just a couple of times a year.
Yeah.
You would think. I'm just glad no one was injured. And I like how we upgraded it and Mother Nature downgraded
Yeah,
that
it's like,
electrical
no.
system. They're like, no. It was just fine the way it was. Here's a lightning strike.
Right.
We're going to roll back the clock.
I liked the cell phone video of someone watching, seeing the strike, and being like, "Ooh, maybe I have to back up just a little bit."
I've seen a lot of lightning strike videos, and usually it's you see the flash, and then the phone shakes or goes down.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you've ever been close to a lightning strike at all, it is a heart-stopping
Yeah.
I'll
event.
pass.
Yeah, I'll pass too. Again, it happened to me once. Never forget it. All right, well, as the COVID-19 Delta variant spreads, the National Park Service is announcing that they're immediately enforcing new mask rules. Visitors, employees, and all contractors will now be required to wear masks at all times inside all Park Service buildings and even in some crowded outdoor spots. The rule applies regardless of a person's vaccination status or transmission levels within a community. The Park Service says they're following the latest guidance and the latest science from the CDC, and the new requirement will remain in effect until further notice.
I can't imagine it's too difficult to find some social distancing when you're at a national park.
Yeah.
But, you would think.
Some of those spots, like I know, I mean,
You go to
especially
the Grand
inside
Canyon,
buildings,
right?
Yeah, the Grand Canyon, that walkway, you
Yeah.
know, I'm sure that's crowded, so there's going to be some spots, yeah.
And then, when you're out there, you can go in the wild where you can actually use the facilities. And so there are some times that even if you're in a national park, you might be inside.
Yeah.
You got to mask
I get
up.
what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Halloween is a little over 2 months away, and Disney is looking to make the holiday a little bit more inclusive. The company just unveiled new costumes for wheel cover sets for both kids and adults. The adoptive feature allows fans who use wheelchairs and have other accessibility needs to transform into some of their favorite characters. The costume assortment includes characters from Raya the Last Dragon, Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas, and Hocus Pocus. I love this idea, and look at how creative that looks like.
brilliant.
Toy Story right there.
That's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
I love it. It's fantastic. I mean, look at the smile on her face.
Yeah.
And can you imagine, she's maybe a model, but can you imagine a kid actually getting that set up for Halloween?
Well, especially if you feel like you've been excluded from the holiday for so long, it feels like this should have been done like long ago.
Yeah, or you
So
feel like
at least they're doing it now.
You feel like your chair is an impediment, so you have a costume, but you're like, I still have this chair. But now to include the chair in the costume, that's what's so magical about
Right.
it. I can't wait to see that.
Some people are like, great, I got to start saving up for Disney now, just a few months.
Yeah, it's
Just around the corner. Those
Yeah, it
those Halloween lovers, you know who you are. I already know you guys are planning everything.
Oh, yeah, I
out.
know.
We've got some here on our staff.
Motor City Honk Club. I'm talking about you.
Yeah.
I follow you guys on Facebook.
Get ready now.
Exactly. Well, next, tax refund delays. Many Americans are still waiting for their money to hit their bank accounts. What's behind the backlog so you don't waste your money? You're watching 7 Action News this morning on TV 20 Detroit. If you filed your tax return months ago, but you're still waiting for a refund, you are not alone. Millions of people have still not received theirs. Consumer reporter John Matarese looks at the delays so you don't waste your money.
I've been hearing from more and more viewers lately asking why they haven't received their tax refund yet. Well, we're finally learning some of the reasons why. The Don't Waste Your Money inbox has been filling up with emails from frustrated taxpayers like Mike Seenenman and Carol Abel. They ask, where is my refund?
Gone to their where's my refund site multiple times, and every time the answer is still pending.
It did finally say, we have your return, but we're still working on it.
Cynthia Jenkins says her son has been hit with a double whammy.
He's been waiting on that and his stimulus. He's never got either one.
With the pandemic and labor shortage, you might expect the IRS to be behind on processing paper returns this year. But the agency now admits it's woefully behind on both paper and some electronic returns. The agency's just admitted it has a backlog of 35 million unprocessed returns. It blames staffing issues, new tax laws, stimulus checks that all go through its computers. The IRS says your refund could take extra time if you filed for the Earned Income Tax Credit, requested a missing stimulus check, were unemployed last year, or were a victim of unemployment ID theft. It suggests you keep checking Where's My Refund at irs.gov, though Cynthia, Carol, and Mike are losing patience.
It's money that we definitely can use.
You can also try calling the IRS, but unfortunately less than 10% of people have been able to get through. So always don't waste your money. I'm John Mattery, 7 Action News.
Well, an increase in online shopping is giving scam artists another potential target. The cybersecurity firm Proofpoint says scammers are sending out package delivery texts
to try to get your